julienning, cutting bags and bags of onions and potatoes and carrots and things like that. They could have used one of these. This is fantastic. Make sure you get a consistent cut. It has 8 different variations. It's the Mandoline slicer, 211114 is the item number. Kitchen Master. As I've promised, the entire weekend you have 4 flex pays on everything. Notice the flex pay here, $7.49. $7.49 and free delivery. So, why is this so handy? You may not be cutting up a bag of tomatoes or a bag of apples or whatever it is, but if you're just doing a few items, it's so incredibly quick. You have 8 variations of thickness when it comes to cutting this, so making sure that every single cut is consistent. The other thing you'll notice about this, as you use it through time, is that you won't get that dull knife. You know, if you're cutting with a knife on a cutting board, you do tend to hit the cutting board and therefore you take away the serrated edge or whatever it is, or the edge, the sharpness of the knife. Not with this. So the only thing this comes in contact is with the fruit or the vegetable. So as you're slicing and cutting and dicing, this will do it so beautifully. So to be able to adapt that and change that up. So 8 different variations on that. And for the price of $29.95, we have colors as well. We have the black, the blue, the green, the purple and the red. So the choice is yours at the moment. Plus they've given us the addition of the juicer as well that goes on top of it. For $7.49, free delivery, be able to make sure that every chip fries, right? Cuts those potatoes all the way through, homemade fries. You'd smoke them, of course, on the smoker as well, which would be fantastic. But then you'd be able to make sure that if you're doing a big coleslaw, if you're getting those preparations, you know, you've got that second drawer. I have it, it's my second drawer in the kitchen, right? Where you have all those utensils, slicing, dicing, cutting, grating, all those sorts of things. Now you got the Mandoline in there, and this is, you know, this is literally like your, there you go, right here. Here you go, here's coleslaw right here. Look at that head of cabbage, hasta luego head of cabbage. I mean, you're just knocking it over in a blink of an eye. But most importantly, consistently. You know, I know there's been great focus on the cooking shows, home cooking shows, people competing against each other in the kitchens, right? One of the things you'll notice that when you're cooking for larger quantities, even for smaller portions, it's consistency is so important, not just with the flavors and so forth, but it actually comes down to how you're preparing them. You know, if some are thicker than the others, it makes it quite difficult to make sure that they're being cooked evenly throughout. And this is a great way of being able to do that. So you've got this. I do like the handle, so therefore you can hold it up and keep it off the bench. Remember, the knife itself, or the blade, is not coming in contact with the bench, which means that therefore it's only cutting what it's supposed to be cutting. The taters, and so, oh, I like those. Look at that. Bag of fries made in seconds, $2.1114. So you go ahead, you put your piece of fruit, your vegetables on here, so you have the spikes, and then you can grab that and you slice away on here. And as it pushes down, so if you have quite a large, you see it retracts. So if you have a larger piece of fruit, larger vegetable, it actually retracts and actually pushes it down. So you're not wasting anything as well. So all the way down to that fine little piece. $29.95, 1 flex pay. Even if you've never shopped with HSN, do so. 1 credit card payment, the pickles as well, does everything. Fruit, vegetables, you name it, you can do it. But if you want to take advantage of our flex pay, it's like a part payment, not lay-by. We're not going to hang on to the money. We're going to make sure that you get a chance to be able to do it. So 1 flex pay, in this case of $7.49. There will be obviously a little bit of tax added to that. Free delivery. We'll send this to your home. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee to be able to put it to the test. But I know right now, being the weekend of the 4th of July, you may not have this for this weekend, but you'll be thinking, you know what, next time I'm entertaining, next time I'm getting things organized, I'll be ready to go because I'll have my apprentice chef ready to slice and dice and grate perfectly every single time. At 9 p.m. tonight, they're doing a full presentation, but you can get your color right now.